Jasen, welcome on our show.
Thank you.
A pleasure to have you. I've never seen a robotic arm to begin with, let alone one that can drum. Maybe you can start telling us how this super arm reached you.
Yeah, so a few years ago at work, I was involved in an electrical accident at work, which resulted in me having to amputate my right hand.
And so what kind of work?
I used to clean like restaurant exhaust, so I was up on a roof and a transformer had faulted and arced a bolt of electricity into my back.
Whoa.
And I was standing in a puddle of water with rubber boots on, so not grounded. So it exited through the right side of my body and eventually amputation on my right hand.
Oof.
And then
how old were you then?
I was 22, 29 now.
Oh. Your world...
Oh yeah, it completely collapsed on me. I was extremely depressed and devastated, and over the next few months of recovery after I was released from the hospital, I developed my own makeshift drumming prosthetic because I was a drummer before. And so I applied to Atlanta Institute of Music and Media, and during my time there, I had an idea of developing a more advanced robotic version of the arm. And that's when my teacher, Eric Sanders, had showed me some videos of Gil Weinberg's robotic musicians, Shimon, etc., and I knew he was the guy to reach out to try and build this arm.
Wow, but you go so fast. Did you ever give up on the dream to drum?
I tried to at first. I mean, no, I was extremely sad, and you start thinking of like all of the things you don't think you can do anymore, and so drums was obviously the most important to me.
Yeah.
And I kind of gave up in my head for a little while, and then just out of pure boredom and depression, I drugged my drum kit out of the garage 2 months after I was hospitalized, and I taped a drumstick to my arm. Still bloody bandages, and proceeded to play, and that was kind of my turning point in my life.
But that should have been painful.
Oh, it was extremely painful, but it was worth the pain, you know what I mean? The inspiration that came from it was a huge boost in my life. So.
Wow. So you contacted, or through your teacher, you contacted Gil, but not everyone can just get in touch with him and get a robotic drum arm.
Yeah, no, exactly. It was extremely fortunate to happen when it did. He was actually kind of looking for his next project, and he built robotic musicians, and I myself was a musician, so kind of went hand in hand, you know.
Yeah, and okay, so tell me what it can do. Maybe you can show me what are we looking at exactly.
Yeah, so you have the socket here, and there's sensors in the socket, and then you have the actual device, which runs off 2 motors and some computer chips, and there's actually 2 sticks. So one stick, I can control myself, the velocity, the tightness of the grip on the stick, so loose and tight.
How do you control it?
So via EMG, so I can flex my muscle and make it a tighter hit, and I can flex my outer muscle and make it loose hit.
Okay.
So for instance, I can show you how it works if you'd like. Yeah. So if I flex in the inner muscle, it's a loose hit.
Yeah.
And if I flex the outside muscle, it's a tight hit. So you can get bounces and things with loose hits, and tight hits are a little more.
Can I hear how that sounds?
Yeah, sure. So loose. And then tight.
Yeah. So what can it do that is impossible for a human drummer?
So one of the things it has is a second stick, which is actually not controlled by me. It's controlled by a computer and has a mind of its own.
Because this one is controlled by you.
This one's controlled by me via EMG, and this one has the mind of its own and can improvise its own patterns that it sees fit, or listen to other musicians or MIDI input and then play accordingly. And then the second thing that I can do is each stick can actually play 20 hits per second, 20 hertz per second, with a combined 40 hertz per second. And you can get all kinds of interesting sounds and strange polyrhythms and stuff, so I can demonstrate that right now. So 2 sticks. Then I can show you 2-stick polyrhythm.
Yeah.
So like one is playing a different rhythm than the second one.
So would you then say you have, how many arms are you drumming with then?
Still 2 arms, 3 sticks. But yeah, it's extremely interesting playing with one being able to improvise in real time. It's almost playing like with a second robotic drummer in the band, kind of. Sometimes fun, sometimes frustrating. Yeah, definitely an experience.
Yeah. Not everyone can get in touch with someone that can build something like this for you. Like, did you ever think like, ooh, that's I can't afford something like that, or is it yours?
Yeah, from the start, I always thought like this is something that was not doable. I had no knowledge of robotics or the money to fund something like this, and so yeah, getting hooked up with Gil Weinberg and Georgia Tech definitely helped get the arm out there. And no, it's not owned by me. It's actually owned by the university. So eventually I'm probably going to start like a GoFundMe page to try and raise money to replicate one of these. They cost around 100 grand to build.
Wow.
So yeah, but if we can crowdsource it and get it out there, then it would be easier to build and not owned from, different entities.
Okay, I hope you get that.
Oh, cool, thank you.
Yeah, because you totally deserve it, and it's wonderful that a device like this could give you like a second chance for your drum career.
Yeah, no, it's extremely amazing.